Hello, I'm a spiritual counselor. My name is Jessie Lyne. Today I'm going to read to you your everyday energy fortune forecast, the story of your life from June 1 to 15, 2020. June 15 until 30th, the story of your life will be on my next video. Please subscribe and don't miss it. In this reading, you are going to find out what is going to happen every day in your life. Your lucky, powerful days, and the days you need to be cautious of. You can know what's ahead and what's going to happen so you can manifest your own future. You can transform the story of your life for the greater good, a way that is positive for you, that can benefit you and other people in your life. You can able to change and go into a different fortune that is not going to have a negative impact on you and other people, and be satisfied in the story of your life. You can edit and change the story of your life in the way you can by knowing your day-to-day fortune of your story. Okay, thank you. Hello Pisces, here is your reading for June 1st to 15, June 2020. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see your card. Okay. 4th, 5th. Yes, you have the world. Okay. The 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so first I'm going to read to you your powerful, lucky, and happy days. Okay, so first is on the 6th. Okay, this is the world. This is very beautiful energy. Okay, so this day is a great unity and wholeness in your life. This energy is fulfillment, achievement, and completion. This shows that all the efforts that you have been putting in place are starting to pay off. It reflects that you have completed a major milestone in your life, and you have built the resilience to withstand challenges. This world card may indicate also completion of a long-term project, study, or any other major event in your life. It may also mean the birth of a child, a birth of a new project, a marriage, a birth of a new business, or a new beginning, or a graduation, or any other things that you have accomplished. This is a very wonderful energy. On the 6th, this is a very good energy. Okay, so the next powerful and happy energy is on the 7th. Next to the 6th is 7th. Okay, so you have the completion, and on the 7th, this day you have successfully managed to accomplish much of your goals, and you have managed to attain a significant material wealth in the process. This energy shows that you are currently in a position in which you have solid investment and that you are financially stable. Okay, so now let's start with all of the readings. Okay, let's start on I'm sorry, this is still another positive great energy on the 13th. So on the 13th, it's time for you to listen to your intuition rather than patronizing your intellect and conscious mind. There is a searching within yourself on this day to be done for the answer that you seek. So the answer to the questions that you have are within, not without. This is a positive energy of saying that the answer to your question is within on this day, on the 13th. Okay, so let's go to your remaining days. So on the 1st. Okay, so on the 1st, this day your mind is filled with one great idea after another, and you are unable to progress beyond the beginning planning stages. Perhaps you have started a project or a hobby expecting that it would grow to great levels. Instead, you end up nowhere. As painful as it is a good way of telling you that you should venture into other meaningful projects and avoid wasting your time. Oh, that's hurtful. Okay, so on the second, so this day you have a feelings of entrapment, emptiness, and lack of fulfillment in your life. So it might also mean that you are a slave of materialism and opulence, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to shake off the feeling of wanting to indulge in luxurious living. You might be aware that this kind of lifestyle is leading you down, but you have that feeling of not having any form of control over your actions or urges. Addiction to substances or material pleasure can also be the reason for a feeling of powerfulness and entrapment. In situations such as this, you may feel as though you are a slave, unable to control your impulses or willpower to desire yourself towards something other than the satisfaction of these desires. Okay, so on the third, okay, see, this day is warning about the faulty nature of investments that you have put a lot of time and effort in. You are placing too much bets on your short-term success while harming your long-term potential. Take a step back and evaluate whether decisions right now will lead to more damage in the future. It could point to problems and hiccups later on in your life, and can also deal with relationship, a marriage that been going on strong for years. There will be a damage in the future. So this day is a warning. Okay, so on the fourth, this day is attention, conflict, and disagreement. All you want is for that particular period to be over, and so that you can forgive and forget. Because you are beginning to understand that winning is not everything, and you will be capable of focusing your energy on something a lot more constructive and positive. So this day is about conflict and experiencing some disagreement. So on the fifth, you are feeling that your definition of success and happiness is only determined by outer appearances and not by the true value that security and stability can bring to you. And someone dear to you is currently facing issues due to matters concerning his or her career. You must be aware in this day about someone. So so there's an indication that you may have you might have a sort of loss of reputation if ignoring this someone dear having problems. So it's better to face or something to help someone or to someone dear to you who is having concern about his or her careers. So the 6th, you have the powerful energy of the world, and on the 7th also. So next we have on the 8th. This day is about confusion and unhappiness. That you want to make progress, but you're not sure what is the right thing to do. You must deal with your anxiety and fears by overcoming them, for they are like shadows in the dark. It's time to believe in yourself and move forward on this day. So on the 9th, you have an idea, but you don't know how to execute it and make it into a reality. You should be patient and wait for the right time, maybe. Okay, so on the 10th, Maybe your returns may be scattered for now, and it could also mean that the rewards of your labor are not as significant as you thought. Well, the advantage of this is that it shows that you know when to stop investing your time, money, or energy in a particular project. You therefore need to reevaluate your choices and figure out where you should put your resources. Could also be applied to relationships and the effort and emotions that you have invested. So on the 11th, on this day, you might find yourself doubting of your abilities as well as your overall potential to achieve any kind of success. You might be feeling particularly negative about your entire self, as if you have failed others as well as yourself. This is a symbol that means that you lack the confidence and drive that you need to achieve. You need the overall support as well as recognition of third parties in order to pick up, to emotionally provide you with some much needed strength on this day. Okay, on the 12th, let's find out on the 12th. So on the 12th, this day is a great time to get away and travel. And in this day you feel charged up and full of life. Also ready to get things done. Adventurous, and can find fun things to do no matter where you are. If you are starting a creative project on this day, then you should do so with lots of energy and enthusiasm. However, you should balance it with realistic and well-rounded views. You should also have a plan that takes into account the consequences of your actions. So this day is a great time to get away and travel because you feel charged up and full of life. Okay, so then 13 you have this your answer to your questions are within. So on the 14th, on the 14th, this day is time for healing, means restlessness. Your heart is willing to relax, but this is not what your mind wants. You feel that you have too much that is on you, and following this path is not advised as it could have effect on your health. You can continue to fight, but sometimes that is ineffectual, and you must have enough awareness of your own strength to decide when to back out. To retreat is means of self-love sometimes, and though you may try to push ahead, that will only make it difficult for you in the long term. So on the 14th, you must rest and heal. So on the 15th, so you may find yourself being terrorized by nightmares, by anxiety and stress. Some trauma from your past is coming back, and you find the grief of unresolved issues overwhelming. But here we also see hope. At least there is the desire to leave this nightmare. You must understand that these sufferings will not ease until you yourself put in effort to leave it. There is much work that you must do to drag yourself towards release. But just as you have a ways out, you must understand that you can still fall deeper into despair. Your job is to avoid that outcome. If you push forward, you may find yourself out, but if you do not, you may find yourself sinking deeper. Also, there you go. So your powerful energy is on the 7th, on the 6th, and on the 13th. You have completed a major lifestyle in your life, though, so that is wonderful. So you have a lucky, happy and powerful energy days for you on the 16th and on the 13th on my next video. So don't miss it. Please subscribe and thank you for watching. See you on your next video soon, and see you and have a nice day.